Hey, it's me, Ann again, and welcome to my 31-day Speak to Camera challenge in order to gain confidence in speaking to the camera. So today is day 15, and that means it's the halfway checkpoint and to kind of check in with how the progress is going, what I'm thinking about, and what I would like to see for the next few days going. So I did. If you've been following along with the prompts that I've shared in all of the I've linked to description in all of my videos so far. I've moved things around a little bit, and I don't think I have day 15 as a halfway check-in there, but I will update the document so that it reflects the actual prompts that I'm using. So for the halfway check-in, the prompt specifically is to discuss any improvements you've made thus far in this challenge, share any issues you want to highlight, and or provide anything you learned about the process or yourself, and what are you looking forward to when you complete this challenge. And there's also really no focus because I will talk about the focus, and of course the focus for me is typically look at the camera, look at the lens, maintain the eye contact, try to avoid the nervous tics, sometimes I'm good, sometimes I do well, sometimes not so well. It depends on my mood, I've noticed. And then of course try to be more coherent or make it easier to follow along. So a little bit of that is to prepare as well. So I did prepare some bullet points here of things I do want to talk about. So some of the things that I've improved at, we could get with like the boring stuff, which is the technical stuff. I feel like I'm better at using the DJI Pocket Osmo Pocket 3, which is the device that I'm using to record this video in right now. And it has, yeah, it's just super easy to use. I recommend it. It is kind of pricey, but if you get the creator combo that comes with it, it also comes with a mic and a battery situation, so it's super handy. But if I feel like if you're just starting out and you have like a little bit of money to spare, like the creator combo costs like $700, with tax included and everything in US dollars. But I do think like that's a really good first like vlogging or YouTubing type camera if you have no other option. Of course, if you really can't afford it, go with your phone. My phone is the back camera, the back of the phone camera is really good. I did get the updated. Oops, my screen just shut off. I did get the updated Google Pixel Pro 8, so it is the latest Pixel phone. Let me log back on. I don't know why that happened. It is the latest, and it does have a pretty good camera. But before that, I had the Google Pixel 3a, and it was fine too. I maybe this is part of my inexperience, but I didn't notice that much of a difference between the two. So especially the photos, but maybe the video is different. Pretty sure the Pixel 8 is a few generations better. But like for me, for someone who's not quite been in this space for long, that it's good enough. And I could have absolutely used it. I did have like a Instagram account. It was mostly puzzles related, and I basically recorded stuff for that Instagram, and shorts and whatnot, and it was fine. So like if you want to get started that way with tech, I definitely recommend just using your phone, and just posting and being consistent with it. So tech, I've definitely gotten better. I've also started to learn more about using microphones and sound. Much like video, I don't like, I can't tell the difference between like amazing and like great. Like I could tell when it's awful, but I can't tell the difference between like good and great or good and awesome. I can't. I'm not there yet to notice the difference, but I feel myself getting better at it, and noticing little things about like sound, And the same goes for video too. Obviously, when I'm editing, that like I would previously, before, I wouldn't have known, like, okay, this is a thing that bothers me. Whereas like now, like, okay, like this bothers me, and I also have like the skill, or I'm slowly gaining the skill on how to fix things. So yeah, definitely. Like I know these videos here are unedited, they're raw, but like I said, I do have like other accounts that I uh, am primarily focused on, and that's where I dedicate most of my efforts to, in terms of like that extra kind of boring stuff, like video editing or sound editing, stuff like that. So I mostly focus on those channels. So that's it for the technical stuff. For like the personal me stuff, I'm gonna say that I've noticed that. So I was incredibly self-conscious about my voice, about my face, about being in camera, and now I'm okay with my dumb face. So I know it's not a dumb face, but that's how I like to phrase it, so that like that I'm less self-conscious about it and it doesn't matter that much. Just get your video out there and just do it. That's my mantra. So I'm okay with it. I'm used to my face. I'm used to my nasally voice, which I like. I thought was just so nasally, but now it's just like it's just like whatever. It's it's me speaking, whatever. Like, and it's more focus on instead of being like self conscious about it and embarrassed. It's more of like, okay, like I could have phrased that better, or hey, I'm like having way too many nervous tics. Maybe I should just calm down a little bit. Or whatever, right? So like that, I am definitely not as bad as, or I'm not as self conscious, and of course that leads me to say like I notice myself less self conscious. I feel like in day to day, I don't, I normally just don't give a shit what people think about me, and then now and it's weird when you translate that into film and then watch yourself, but then now it's sort of like the same thing. Like I don't care what people think about me in the, of like, oh, she looks ugly or her hair's messed up or whatever. Like I don't care anymore. I don't care. Because I don't care about it for myself for the most part. Of course I want to be like healthy and like don't look like, or don't feel dumb, but like as far as like looks go, like who cares, like just do it. No one's going to like, put me under a microscope, and like I'm not a celebrity or anything, so like no one's going to do that to me, so like why should I care? um and then, so okay, let's see. Yeah, and then the other thing is that I'm also like more okay with like nervous tics. it, it's normal. It's a normal thing. It's going to happen. It's People are going to want to fill in the void with something, because silence tends to make people uncomfortable. I do recognize that I need to slow down and think about what I want to say before I say it, and it's totally a valid thing. But when I can't do that, or when I'm too like nervous, or I'm thrown off because of work or whatever the reason, it's okay if I'm just saying and like, and it's okay. Ideally, I don't say it every other sentence, and I think it's pretty good that I'm not that bad anymore, especially when I try to focus on it. So like, but when it happens, it's okay. It's okay. Like I'm not beating myself over it, and it's it's just like knowing myself a little bit better, and giving myself some grace, because it's okay. There are worse things that I could be, right, or I could do. So now, on to the next one is that. Um, so I've also learned that I also seem way more engaged when I'm talking about something I care about, and yeah, just full stop. Like I seem more interesting and I seem more engaged because I absolutely am, because those are the things I care about. So now it's just more of like, how do I try to use this to my advantage? How do I, knowing that I know this, like what can I do to, in future videos or whatever, use this like little special power so that I can improve in these other facets. So like that was a very good like realization. And and now I'm very cognizant of the fact that like, okay, this is like, how much do I care about it? Because like, if I care about it a lot, it's going to come out very strongly. So yeah, that's something I've learned. And then and now the last one is that I am now okay with my mistakes. I'm only human, and I can see the difference between a very editorialized video and something like this, which is raw and uncut, and it's okay. And something raw and uncut, which I'm shocked sometimes that people even watch it, and thank you if you do. But like, life isn't perfect, and it's okay to make mistakes and to be imperfect. And then the things that you see from other people, it's you don't know how edited. Oops, is that a bug? That might have been a bug on me. You don't know how, or it could have been my hair. I don't know, and I'm just freaking out. But yes, you don't know how much work someone has put into editing something to make it look polished. And because I've been doing the same things too. Today was actually, filming day for me for my other channel, and I have a script, and my God, the amount of takes that I do just to kind of like make it sound all right and normal and human. And the plus side is that from this challenge, like I know how I sound like now when I am like interested and engaged and more human, rather than like I'm reading off some kind of script like a robot. So like, this has been a really good learning journey, and I'm very interested to continue. And like I said before, I do want to continue focusing on just being a better speaker, as I mispronounce like better. Just being a better speaker so that like I could just share my thoughts across a lot more easily and clearer. So a lot of that does boil down to preparing a little bit better, a little bit more, a little bit better, and I've been very transparent with this channel in the fact that it's not prepared oftentimes, but I am definitely much more comfortable all around with the process and with myself. And I'm very happy with this challenge. I'm so glad I did it. I do want to admit that I can't wait until it's over, because doing it every day is kind of a drag, but it's also great accountability. So yeah. And yeah, those are my thoughts for the midpoint review. Hopefully, for those who are following along or doing their own challenge, I hope you're getting as much out of it as I am. And yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow.